Y'all know what day it is? It's my birthday. Nah, just kidding. It's July 30, bro. It's LGS 3 Day. Welcome back to Argos Anonymous. My name is Adam. And today we're just going to continue our journey on LGS by not just reviewing LGS 3 as we open it, but opening it and exploring the cards. And we're going to see what, do we get a champ stamp? Do we get a cereal? What can we do with the cards that are in it? And just kind of have some fun doing that. As you can see, the packaging is the same. Well, it's very similar, I suppose. Notice that they didn't say LGS Pack anymore. They just say LGS Volume 3. We've evolved now, I suppose. And the box is the same size, the same sort of basic exterior, but inside you have these nice pink-looking packs. Now, because it takes kind of a while to open up all the packs, I have pre-opened the packs and I have them sitting off here to the side, and then we'll just pull the cards out one at a time and see what they are, and we'll just go from there. Let's have some fun. So starting off, all right, number one, we've got Linda and Goblin Dynamic Duo. So this just came out as an LGS promo in the month of July, actually this month. But keep in mind that COVID slowed everything down, and they repeated May and June were the same things. So it's possible that originally this was meant to be put out in June, and then at the end of July the full art would have come out. So who knows how COVID messes with everything, but just a thought for me. This, by the way, has some potential. It is legendary. I love the art of it. The cat just hanging on for the ride. But check this out. The card costs 3. It's a light unit, right? It has Brawler. Brawler means it can attack. It can attack a unit the turn it comes into play. And the unit, by the way, doesn't have to be exhausted. It can be an active or an exhausted unit. So since you can keep playing this from your graveyard, as long as you control a beast unit, you can keep playing this again and again and again. And because it has Brawler, it's essentially a 3-cost 1500 kill spell that then sticks as a unit. And when it arrives, you put a cat into play that can't be targeted by spells or abilities. So I mean, this thing comes out, it attacks something, it makes a token, and then if it dies, you can keep bringing it back. Because supposedly set 4, Echoes of Hoken, right over there, is supposed to have a lot of beast units, right? Or at least some beast units. This might fit. This Linda and Goblin might actually fit somewhere played in a beast deck. And so that's something kind of exciting to look for. And then LGS 3, you got a nice full art. Oh my gosh, here's the next one. We've been waiting for this puppy, right? Full art Bone Scavenger. Thank you, Amicon. This, Bone Scavenger was going to show up over here as a championship promo, but then the championships got canceled, right? Because of COVID. So we've kind of been sitting here going, when are we going to get it? When are we going to get it? Well, now, since it might not be 2021 before big full-size championships come out, Amicon was kind enough to grant us this full art in LGS 3. So that is definitely going to be one of the value cards in LGS 3. Next, we have Cloud Sea Offensive Formation. That's our next poll. This, I love airships. Like, I love it. Air is not easy to play. A lot of people, compared to some other things, it takes a lot of mental gymnastics, and sometimes you feel tired after you play. Sometimes. Or you love it, if that's what you love. But I love the theme of it. Like, airships are awesome. It reminds me of when I was growing up, I played Final Fantasy a lot. I still, to this day, think Final Fantasy is a really great game series. Yeah, it's changed a lot over the time, but Final Fantasy 2, like way back, and Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo were epic. Hey, you know what? Wait, I've got it. I've got one right here. Hang on. I'm going to get it. I'm going to sound far away for like a split second. Check it out. Boom. This game was epic. Final Fantasy 3 was just epic. And if you played this game, you know that this game had airships, and I love it. I love that you have airships. So this is, if you can play airships, if you can handle it in Argent Saga, and as more air cards come out that make it more viable, this is a really powerful spell. And so it's nice to have a full art 1-cost kill spell for your air decks. All right, moving on. Next one. So, hey, it's our champ stamp. Okay, so it looks like in our box of LGS 3, in keeping with LGS 1 and LGS 2, we're still getting some champ stamps. And we got a full art Skytree Hawk. This is the championship Skytree Hawk came from. It was the same one that handed out Rukas as well last fall. So there's our champ stamp. We'll just put him over there. And next up, we've got a Shard Spider. Nice full art Shard Spider. Shard Spider is a really great card. It's sideboarded very frequently because it's Argent, right? And it's a 3 cost. If you're not familiar with Shard Spider, you should become familiar with Shard Spider because it will save you against aggro decks. If you're behind your opponent, like if they have more units than you and if you have more destroyed towers than them. So if they're ahead of you in the game, this card is free to play. So it costs 0 to play, and when you play it, you get to exhaust your opponent's unit, and that unit doesn't recover. So if you've got a Shard Spider in your hand, you just saved yourself a turn. If you've got a couple Shard Spiders in your hand, now it's a real headache for your aggro opponent. Moving on from this, I guess we got some glare there. Let's put Shard Spider down there. Moving on, we have a Gallant Squire full art. Now this is your Liam deck, right? Your gear deck. You're throwing gear on your units. Gallant Squire is a nice 1-cost full art version here, full art thing that makes your gear cheaper to play, which is great. Next up, we've got another full art Linda Goblin. So we're gonna track, not just take a look at the cards in here, but we want to track the quantities, right? In LGS 1, you typically got a play set of everything, and in LGS 2, you got a play set of almost everything except you got a ton of towers, which was mostly noticeable because towers are only a 1 of. You only need 1. And so the fact that you got like 4 of each tower in LGS2 was like a lot of extra towers typically. And then of note, the 2 new cards in LGS2, you only got 2 of each of them. So you had to kind of keep going back. Oh, hey, look, we got one of the new ones. Okay, so next pack, we've got the Unrestrained Poltergeist, which is one of the new cards that's coming out in LGS3. You know, Amicon does this to keep things fresh for us, right? Which is kind of nice. So we don't have to wait months for a set for any kind of changes. They drip cards out in LGS event kits and in these LGS packs. And so this is one of the new cards that was dripped out. It's a 2-cost dark unit, Unrestrained Poltergeist. And it's starting to make us wonder if we're going to open up some mill deck win conditions where we can mill out our opponent, since that card allows you to start milling cards off the top of people's decks, which would be cool. Next up, we have a full art Golden Rose Blade. A very fun card to play with. This, Liam, if you're playing with a champion Liam, you're discarding gear from your hand, targeting your units to trigger their abilities like Repper Bloom, but also to give them plus 500. Well, you start running out of gear, right? Unless you're cracking towers all the time, then you can refill it with Liam's other gear search ability as you crack towers, but Golden Roseblade will come back to your hand from your discard every time your opponent casts a spell. So this can help keep your hand full of gear. So that's a nice card to have been reprinted. I think people are definitely gonna use that. Another gorgeous full art Shard Spider. This is gonna be a value card in here too. The Bone Scavengers and the Shard Spiders are gonna be popular. I mean, the other ones are gonna be popular too, but those two, I have a feeling people are going to be hungry for those. Another Poltergeist. Okay, so let's put these aside because they're the new ones, and we're wondering how many we're going to get, right? Let's put them out of the glare. There we go. Okay, another Linda Goblin. We've already got 3 Linda Goblins now. All right, now expanding. So this card gets a 10 out of 10 for cuteness. I haven't played it yet. I haven't found like a solid place for it in a deck yet, but it's cute. I mean, look at that. We've got one of our players actually today, who's just a couple weeks into it. She was looking at these cards, and we just love the art for Argent Saga. Like it's colorful and it's fun. Just the themes are great, and she lit up when she saw this one, and then Grove Elemental too, and the Shadow Lagger. I guess this one too, Ritual of Ashes. She was just loving this. Did I just say? All right, Ritual of Ashes. Not sure what I said before that. That's a whole different game. All right, Ritual of Ashes. Yeah, people are gonna play this. I haven't played enough low cost fire spells in decks to really know about that. So we got another Golden Rose Blade. Hey, it's our first Shadow Lagger. Shadow Lagger's a great looking card. Look at that. Just a really nice looking full art. I like it. Now here's another mill card. Look at that. Whenever this card attacks or is attacked, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the discard zone. Now this is, of course, milling yourself, right? So Unrestrained Poltergeist is different because you're actually milling yourself and your opponent, which is interesting. And maybe you can get you can put some shenanigans there. All right, next out we've got, hey, it's our serial card. We got a Buckeye. Okay, so a full art serial Buckeye. What number is that? Number 855? Number 855 out of 1,000. Nice looking full art serial Buckeye. I guess we'll put him, gosh, this is so glare. We'll put him right down here. Give him a nice glow, nice afterglow. Next up, we've got an Ashborne Conjurer. The Ashborns are popular. People will play those. I haven't personally. Witch Queen's Ring, again, we're trying to find a place for this because if you're going to play this, you might have to put it on something that like can't be targeted by spells or effects, because it's great if you can get to use it. But if your opponent knows that every time the equipped unit attacks, you're going to get to fix your hand, you're going to get to draw a card and discard a card, they might just kill or remove the unit. And because Argent Saga is so rich with interaction, you might have to put that on a unit that has some protection, whether it's innate protection or whether you put something else on it, like a caliber, I guess. I don't know, something. Just my 2 cents. Otherwise, you're going to play it on something and your opponent's just going to chuckle and kill your creature, and then he basically kills 2 cards for 1 card. This is another super cute card in the game, Grove Elemental, which is cute. I'm going to put this kind of with on par for cuteness. I'm trying to get it to come into focus here, but I can't. There we go. Grove Elemental. There it is. Super cute. Similar to Expanding Elemental. You can see they went with a super cute elemental theme, which is great. I like that. And then we've got another Ashborne Conjurer. Let's see. We've got a Witch Queen's Ring. Again, another ridiculously cute Expanding Elemental. That makes 3. And then we've got a Ritual of Ashes again. Okay. Grove Elemental. And we're just keeping track of our numbers. Hey, Shadow Lagger. Another just fantastic looking Lagger. That was fun. I loved when that card first came out. People were excited about not only the name Liger, but the idea that it was this mysterious shadow. This Liger of the shadows was pretty fantastic. Ashborne Conjurer coming out again. We're getting close here, guys. Can't be too many left. I don't know. Are we halfway? I think we're more than halfway. Okay, Expanding Elemental. So we got 4 now. 4 Expanding Elementals. And then 4 Ritual of Ash. My sloppy piles here. Okay, a Grove Elemental. Shadow Lagger. Oh, this one's kind of stuck. There we go. Ashborne. So 4 Ashborns. So we're still just at... Oh, where's the other new one? Yeah, we're still waiting for the Harpist, right? That's the other new card. We haven't come across her yet. We're getting 4 of a kinds and 3 of a kind. So maybe we're headed towards the same kind of composition that we saw in LGS 2, where you get a playset of everything except... We'd be hard-pressed to get a playset of Harpists at this point because we haven't even had one yet. Unless I'm crazy. Maybe it's out here somewhere. Oh, there it is. If I can pull it out, there we go. Okay, so this is one of the other new cards that's new to LGS 3. Again, LGS 2 and LGS 1, well, I guess LGS 2 we don't know yet, but LGS 1 had an early release card. Is this unique to LGS 3? Maybe. Maybe these are unique to LGS 3. It's possible. But they could also be early release cards that will show up in set 4. We just don't know, and it's going to be kind of cool to hang out and watch. Ceremonial Harpist is interesting because it's Argent and it costs 3. It's a Guardian, but it can't be targeted by spells. It doesn't deal damage, which is really unfortunate, but then it would just be too good, I suppose, if it did. It can't be targeted by spells, and when it dies, you get to replace it with a Hallowed Harpist, which I'll show a picture of right over here. So the point is, you could probably stall a game out if you throw these Guardians in here, and they're Argent, so they could fit anywhere. If you find yourself getting mowed down, you put some Hallowed Harpists, right, and then you put some Ceremonial Harpists and try to get some extra card draw off of that, or extra defenders. And maybe you can draw the game out and then survive to the mid game or the late game and have a chance against some of those hardline aggro decks. We just got our 3rd Bone Scavenger there. Okay, we just got a 4th Cloud Sea Offensive Formation. We're working on 4th Golden Roseblade. What else are we missing here? Oh, we need another Shard Spider to get a playset. And we definitely need another Harpist to at least get 2 of them. Okay, got our... There's our 3rd Shard Spider. Oh man, got our Champ Stamp. We got our Cereal. What, we got our Bone Scavies. What do we need? A Gallant Squire and a Harpist at the minimum. Okay, so that's what I would expect. There's 2 packs left, and we're short on these. Unless we get another Unrestrained Poltergeist, I guess we can get that too. It is a Gallant Squire, so that makes our play set of Gallant Squires. And last, we have the Ceremonial Harpist. Okay, so it looks like it's the same composition as LGS 2. So they're being consistent that way. We have essentially 2 of each, or we have literally, I guess, we have 2 of each of the new cards, Harpist and Unrestrained Poltergeist, which are fun. I like the art on this, by the way. This looks really nice. Nice job, Amicon on Harpist. She's gorgeous. She's kind of just staring off into space. Maybe she's had some of the tincture of the poppy or something, and then decided to play some nice little music to chill out to that. Whereas this mischievous thing is just laughing. I really like both of these artworks. But we got 2 of each of those, and then everything else is a playset with some extras. Let's take out the playsets and just count the extras, because it looks like we can just safely say we have a playset of everything. And then extras. One of the things we're definitely going to do is on the Facebook Marketplace, which if you're not a member of, you should probably go there, because there's just all kinds of stuff going on there. That's where all the fire in the marketplace is on Facebook. We're going to be tracking to see which serial cards and which championship cards show up in LGS 3. And whether or not we're still seeing the big guns, like the top 64s, or the rare ones like Rookie Arcs, or the more expensive ones like Ghostly Demise, etc. And we're going to try to see how many of them and what's up. And we got a full play set of all of the full arts except for the 2 new ones. We just got 2 of each, which means these are going to hold a little bit more value. That's what happened in LGS 2. So these are going to be your more pricey cards probably, right? And then the other pricey cards I'm imagining are going to be Bone Scavengers are going to hold value, and Shard Spiders are going to hold value. And then the rest of them are nice cards that'll be used, but I don't quite know. I think these are going to be the breadwinners. And then of course you always get value from these boxes out of these serials and the championships. And then our extras, we got 6. I can't count. I can't math. It's too late for math. Too late for me. I got 7 extras, which I guess I will trade. I will trade to my homies. And there you go. There's LGS Volume 3. Thanks for taking this ride with us. Feel free to like and subscribe if you'd like to do that. It's nice to have feedback also, and join in the comments and share your frustrations. Definitely, if you open some, share your champ stamp. Let us know what you got, because we're trying to keep track of those and just see what's going on for marketplace purposes. And what else? Let's see. Like and subscribe. Add to the comments. Thanks for coming along. Hey, I think that's it, dudes. All right. Enjoy. Argos out.